Valve and 5 game publishers have been fined millions of dollars for doing something called geo-blocking Steam games in the EU. For those of you that don't know what geo-blocking is when technology is being used to restrict one's access to internet content based upon the user's geographical location. So hypothetically speaking, if I lived in the EU and I see this shirt for $10 online from a retailer, an online retailer in my area, but I decided that I don't want to spend that much, and I go online and I find this shirt for $6 in a different online retailer in a different part of the EU, what geo-blocking does is restrict me from being able to purchase that cheaper option in that $6 shirt from a different area in the EU simply because it's in a different area. I am only allowed to purchase this $10 shirt in the area that I am in. Valve, Bandai Namco, Focus Home, Koch Media, and ZeniMax have been fined a total of 7.8 million euros, which is around $9.5 million by the European Commission for restricting of cross-border game sales in the European Economic Area. The Commission said that the companies geo-blocked around 100 PC video games, preventing them from being activated and played outside certain EU countries. This broke the EU's digital single market rule, which prohibits those types of barriers. The European Commission says the geo-blocking was used to prevent games being activated outside Czechia, Poland, Hungary, Romania, Slovakia, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. I do want to make it very clear here that we are not talking about physical copies of games. We are strictly talking about Steam activation keys being sold by third-party sellers that can be activated on Steam. The European Commission's head of competition policy said such practices deprive European consumers of the benefits of the EU digital single market and the opportunity to shop around for the most suitable offer in the EU. So the EU always seems to be very progressive and always nails it on the head when it comes to making the right moves and changes when it comes to the gaming industry. Here, the EU is simply arguing that the consumer should be able to make their own decision. If they want to shop around and find games for a cheaper price, they should be able to purchase that without restriction, which is great because in my opinion, the digital versions of games should not be treated that much differently than their physical counterparts. The same way if I want to save money and I want to go to the Facebook marketplace or OfferUp or Let Go and purchase a game for significantly cheaper than I would find in a regular store, I should be able to go online and find the digital version of a game on like G2A.com or CDkeys.com or any other markets that you guys may know of for a cheaper price as well. To me, it's the same thing. As the consumer, I should have every right to look around and figure out exactly what price suits me best. Geo-blocking prevents gamers living in EU countries with higher than average incomes from being able to save money by buying them in EU states where they're cheaper and then activated on Steam. So I understand the thinking. Those that live in higher income areas should be able to afford the game and they should definitely be paying full price. And those that live in lower income areas should definitely get discounted prices because that's going to be the only way a majority of them will get their hands on their games. But for me, as a matter of principle, a consumer should be able to look around any which where they want to, and if they find a price that they deem perfect for them, they should be able to purchase it for that price without restriction. It does not matter what your income is, and as we all are experiencing through this pandemic, incomes can change. Yes, I do think it's extremely shitty for a gaming company to stop consumers from being able to make their own decisions on where they want to purchase their games from. The only thing is I'm not exactly sure if these fines are going to stop these massive gaming companies from doing things like geo-blocking. These companies are worth a lot of money to say the very least. As of last year, Valve, for example, is worth $10 billion, and this fine that they have here is only for 1.6 million euros or around $1.9 million. Valve spokesperson Doug Lombardi said this region locking was done at the publisher's request and that the company doesn't believe it should be held liable for this decision. I believe that in addition to the fines, laws need to be put in place to stop these companies from geo-blocking in order to end it permanently. So now, one thing I found extremely interesting upon reading the comment section and going through some forums of people who actually live in the EU who have been following this situation here, not everybody agrees that the geo-blocking is a bad thing. The thinking is simple. For those that live in higher income areas in the EU, if they start purchasing from lower income areas freely, which have games cheaper in order to help the people of that area purchase games at a more affordable price for them, not enough people will be paying for the game at full price, causing the gaming company to hike the price back up to the full price, and thus having it so that the people in those lower income areas in the EU can no longer afford the games. My argument is simple: the gaming companies have lowered the price for those people in those areas for a reason. They want them to purchase the games as well, and if the price shoots back up to full price and they can't afford it, you are now missing out on all of these people purchasing the game. Therefore, I'm not really sure if anything will change. Maybe I'm wrong though. Focus Home was fined for almost 2.9 million euros, or around $3.5 million. ZeniMax over 1.6 million euros, or around $2 million. Koch Media almost 1 million euros, or around $1.2 million. Capcom for 396,000 euros, or around $480,000, and Bandai Namco for 340,000 euros, or around $410,000. And Valve, as we discussed earlier, was for 1.6 million euros, or around $1.9 million. Let me know what you all think in the comments section, especially those that are out in the EU. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.